Werner, Family Romance LLC is such a fascinating blend of reality and fiction. You said that doing this film gave you the sort of freedom that you experienced in the 70s when you were doing Aguirre Wrath of God. What about this film gave you that freedom?
Well, I did not wait for a big production company to step in, and I did not wait for something like a so-called completion bond, some insurance company. Let's not explain it in detail, but they will make sure that there's way too much money there and what sort of team you should have. So I wanted to be all free of this and return to the earlier days when I did Aguirre, and you would not know, living on a raft and floating on a raft, and behind the next bend of the river, would there be a waterfall or a rapid or something? So doing the unexpected and waiting for life to enter your film. And because life enters into film with such intensity, some people even think it looks like a documentary.
It does.
Of course, it is completely scripted and acted.
Right.
Everyone is an actor, and the story is invented by me. If it feels like a documentary, it's a compliment.
It is.
Yeah.
But you're, of course, you don't speak Japanese, and you're directing actors
Yes.
through an interpreter. How challenging is that?
It came with great ease. It sounds strange, but I would explain the content of a scene very precisely. And then certain elements had to be absolutely precise. For example, the 12-year-old girl shows her father, who is actually a rented father and she does not know, shows him Instagram photos. And there's one where she does a yoga pose on a beach. And he says, "Oh, this is a beautiful beach and the sunset. Where was it done?" And he's lying to her, being her father. But she also starts to lie to him.
She says it's Bali.
She says Bali, and in the next scene, the mother says Bali. Bali, we've never been in Bali.
Right.
The photo was done in a local beach near Tokyo. So everything is in a way is a lie, but the emotions are always genuine.
And you were able to explain this to the actors?
Sure, of course. And since I did my own camera, I was the closest. And I would hear them very close. And just by the sound of how they spoke and how natural they spoke, I knew they were right. And he would look at the Instagram photos and she would say, Bali, yes. And the way she says it, I knew it was good.
Right, it felt right.
And it was right, not only a feeling.
Right.
You see, if you're a director who is only following his or her feeling, you would make huge mistakes because feelings can mislead you.
Right. You've made in the last 12 months 3 films.
Yes.
How do you keep finding both the passion and the inspiration?
Well, I do what comes with the greatest vehemence at me, and that's what I address. But it's not only 3 films. I acted in 3 films of The Mandalorian, the Star Wars sort of sequels, and I did a workshop for young filmmakers in the Peruvian jungle. And I had a retrospective in China, and I had a big literary event in Santiago de Chile.
Werner, do you ever sleep?
I do, because it sounds all like workaholic, but I'm working very quietly and focused. So even though there were very few shooting days, I organized it with great ease, and what nobody in the profession believes me, but it's true. The grand total of footage that I shot for this feature film was 300 and a little more minutes. Not 300 hours.
Right.
300
So you know
minutes.
exactly what you want?
No, but in content I know, yes, I captured it right, you were in focus, and they were speaking in a way that I knew was right. And then I would go to the next scene. Well, certain scenes I could shoot only once. For example, in the platform of the bullet train, which is high security area, because they tried to firebomb one of these high-speed trains. So there are security cameras everywhere, 20 around us. You never get shooting permit. It's impossible. And I knew I could do it only once. And I rehearsed with the actors somewhere else in the train station among 10,000 people. We rehearsed the scene. And then we went to the platform and I saw the train coming in and I picked up the camera and I said, let's do it. And I knew I could do it only once because 30 seconds into filming with my other eye, I saw security rushing in.
Right.
And they were all frantically on their cell phones to call backup. There were 4 of them. And I knew if I did it again, I would be arrested. So in 60 seconds or 70 seconds, I did the entire scene. And then I smiled at the Japanese security men, very friendly, and we all filtered away. And I didn't know what to do. They knew we didn't do any harm to anyone.
Right.
They knew we didn't disrupt traffic. They knew we didn't do anything that was against the phenomenon of these fast trains.
Right.
You can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're funding all these films yourself. You said
No, not all these films. This one.
This one,
yes.
But you said you've done everything except for rob a bank.
Yes, in a way. No, there was Rock Morin who got me in touch with the subject. He's a producer.
Right.
He also speaks Japanese. And my younger son did the drone footage and also did production sound. So he would be the one to tuck a microphone at me and hide it. And so that was him. And my wife did production stills.
Right.
So there were a few team members, but in the credits, for example, we have a legal department, legal counsel, and so. But of course, I was my own legal department. It's an invented legal law firm that is completely invented.
So you've been making films since you were 19 and it feels like nothing's changed.
Of course, I have developed.
As an artist, but your methods.
I'm not trotting on the same spot all my life.
Right.
Of course, I've moved. I've developed. I've followed different fascinations. No, but you are saying something which I like to hear from you in particular. It's a very youthful film.
Yes.
It's a film like returning to when I was 22, 23, 24. It's exactly the mood in which I made films at that time.
It's amazing. It's so inspiring.
Yes, and it was wonderful to do it that way. And that brings life into a film.
Yeah. Do you ever, Werner, feel like I'm going to run out of subjects because you're so prolific?
Oh, while we are sitting here, I have to release 2 more films, but there's at least 12 films lining up, and they're like invaders in your home, like burglars. And whoever comes with the greatest vehemence at you, at me.
You do that?
Yes. So if a burglar is coming at me with swinging an axe, I better deal with that one first.
That's the first time I've heard film described like that. It's brilliant.
It's a vehemence of the projects. Yeah.
And you've come back to Cannes after, 20, 25 years?
Something, but I have had quite a few films here, 4 or so films in competition and 5 in the Director's Fortnight. Yes, of course, Cannes is changing quite a lot, but the basics are the same. It's still a circus, which you have to like, otherwise you shouldn't come. And secondly, there's a market that makes it a serious thing. People try to deny it, but there's a serious exchange of films and markets and goods that you offer and others buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It may sound strange to hear that from me, but it's a fact.
It is a fact.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, thank you, and we need you to come back to India soon.
Yes, there's a limited series of 10 films that I have to do in Brazil, so that may be first. So I have to follow where it comes at me with the greatest vehemence.
Well,
but India, if I can come anytime. Such a wonderful country.
Thank you, and we would love to have you back.
And your brother, who has the same birthday with me.
Yes.
I send him my greetings.
Absolutely.
not
Absolutely.
please give him my best.
Thank
I
you.
miss him like a brother who has birthday on the same day.
Thank you.
All
That's
right.
so kind. Thank you so much.